Welcome to Looks to Lead. I'm Leslie Kristen, and I am the president and founder of Cara Cosmetics and Studio Cara, lifetime makeup artist. And I'm going to share with you what we do here and what we're talking about. It's really about empowering women, just really enhancing what we have, really empowering our personal brand. And with that said, I want to introduce a beautiful and new friend of mine now, but client that I met actually in Fort Lauderdale at a conference. So, welcome, Laura. Laura Nigber. I'm going to do a slight introduction and then we're going to get down to business and to chatting. And I haven't seen Laura since we worked together. And so we did just such a fun transformation, but I want to share with you what Laura does. I know, Laura, that when I met you, you were really transitioning. So that's kind of one of the reasons that you decided to, work with me. But as you can see, she's gorgeous. She's in Wisconsin. I'm here in Florida. And oh, what a fun time. But Laura is the CEO and principal consultant of Advanced Talent Consulting. She's been delivering value to organizations in the people, talent, and organizational development space for over 25 years, with broad experience in talent strategy, talent management, leadership development, and culture transformations. So Laura's going to share with us a little bit more about what that is, because I come from the film and television background, and I'm thinking talent is like models and actors and all of that. So welcome, Laura, and share all this goodness here.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It's so great to be back with you while not in person via camera.
Yes.
Yeah, so what does that mean? What do I do? I'm definitely not working on set anywhere. But what I do, I really think about you and we really are both in the business of helping people build their brands. And while you work on building the best version of themselves through the focus of their image, I focus on how their brand comes to life through their knowledge, their skills, their behaviors, and how they present themselves in the organization with their, basically their knowledge, skills, and abilities. And so it's really about helping organization in their people strategy, so their human capital, aligned to their business strategy, and how do they help create the best versions of their people and help them succeed in what they're doing. So I work with tons of women. It's an area of focus for me because, as we know, women, we always have a little bit of an extra challenge in some areas. And so it's a passion of mine to continue to see women rise and be amazingly a part of an organization. So that's a little bit about what I do.
I love it. I love it. And thank you for sharing that. And we will definitely put Laura's contact information in here too. So if you need to contact her, because you're working with smaller companies now, not quite as large as before.
Yeah, so I used to work with, 100,000 plus employee organizations, but I tend to work more with medium-sized organizations, still some large, but it's usually a little bit more the smaller, the medium that really could use some support from a talent strategy. They may not have as large of a talent management organization. So then I work with them or I work with their individuals directly to really help, build those that leadership bench, create some great talent pools, help them really succeed in that talent strategy, as I mentioned. Yeah, so small, any kinds of organizations from manufacturing. I've been in health services. I've been in the financial services. So agriculture. So quite a wide variety of organizations that I partner with.
Wow, that's great. it's so fun to meet different women that are, A plus at their game, and pull, again, all of our talents together. So Laura, now let's get like kind of into the fun stuff and talk about my world.
Yeah, that's way fun. Mhm.
uh, so I want to share a little bit about the transformation that you and I went to, because you came to me from a personal standpoint of, we met down in Fort Lauderdale, and you were kind of just really starting your whole concept and business on your own. And I was telling you a little bit about what I did as well, where I love working with, I want to say, I think my motto is like, I love working with like powerful, successful, just badass women. I love to be able to show, someone their power, their beauty, their confidence. And I was able, through, you know, different, I guess, aspects of that, to put that into, looks to lead, to make it a little bit more useful, where we can touch on, clothing and hairstyle and your style, your archetype, which is what we started with, which is really really fun, especially you coming from the corporate world. So I want to delve into that a little bit, and then learning a process and a system and a ritual that really is perfect for you, customized for you, and that makes it duplicatable as well. So she is camera ready. Boom. I haven't seen you in a couple months since you were down here. And she did come down in person. So that was fun. And we're going to
Mhm.
show you her headshot that we did as well. But Laura, share a little bit about, um, your experience, and why you thought, okay, I want to work with Leslie.
Yeah, great. You know, um, as you mentioned, I was going through a transition. Literally, the month that I met you was kind of the first month that I launched my business. So it was brand new. Uh, but I clearly knew that I had to go and transition, like basically rewrite my personal brand from being a long time corporate employee to now a business owner, an entrepreneur, and being the CEO of my own business. And so I knew that meant not just a mindset shift for me, but also for me, I needed that image shift. How am I going to bring the whole brand forward, internal and external, to the organizations and the leaders that I work with? And so when I met you, I had been thinking in the back of my head, I needed to do this, but I wasn't sure how. And you had that whole package that I needed. So as you mentioned, it wasn't just about, my facial look, but my whole look, my wardrobe, thinking about my style and how that connects with my looks. And so for me, it was a no-brainer after I knew what Looks to Lead was about. And it's such a small investment in me that I was ready, and I didn't wait long, in
No.
contacting you. It was pretty quick, and it was perfect timing, because as we mentioned, I'm just kind of kicking that, transition off and going solo, so, it was good timing too.
I love that. I love that. Well, so let me actually, I want to share with the audience. I want to share with the audience your pictures, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
I want them to see Laura. So this is Laura. She actually went to one of our hairstylists here, Chris Martin. He's fantastic,
Mhm.
and he kind of switched up your hair and made it a little. What did you say when you came down here? You're like, I don't want to.
I didn't wanna have that middle-aged, Midwestern look, I wanted to be a bit more sassy, and Chris definitely made me more sassy. So I was really grateful. And then you just completely redid the look then with the makeup. So between the hair and the makeup,
Yeah.
the wardrobe changes. Yeah, I'm a lot more sassy in my look.
Yes, and you know what? I apologize because that was actually after you that before was after you had your hair done. But when you sent me, when you start with the Looks to Lead program, you send me pictures of what you look like. And so the hair, it's not that it's not that corporate going in there. It's, there's some softness to it. And that's what Laura's all about. Then we played around, with some of the colors uh, of, whether it was going to be a suit. I personally love suits as well. But then, we played around like with this blue that makes her eyes pop. And then, part of your personal brand. Laura is likable. I mean, you just meet her and you want to give her a hug. And then, I loved this red color. Now there's a lot of different red colors as well. So you can see that there's that softness of her personality. There's some casualness, but then, she looks money. She looks like she knows what she's talking about in a professional and approachable and fun. I just love it. I love this one's my favorite. And we actually chose you as the cover of our style Cara Style magazine that I'm going to show them in a little bit that we put out every month. I was like, we always use our clients. We don't use models and because that's the real deal. So share it says here, the impact and the outcome of what you achieved. And I want to say, this can be a bit of an intimidating process. I think sometimes it's funny. People will come into my studio. We're here in Maitland, Florida, in Central Florida, right in Orlando area. And they're like, oh my gosh, don't look at me. I didn't wear any makeup today. And half of the time I'm wearing, like, I've got my, I'm running out of the house with my 4 product minimum kind of thing. And but that's not really what it's about. So I would love to kind of for you to share a little bit about that, that process.
Yeah. So when I think about, maybe I'll start with the experience, just the experience, and then I can kind of lead into the outcomes of it. So you talked about that kind of intimidating, but once you get in and it's a real quick step into the process, it's fun and it's easy. It's um, laid back. And I think about, Leslie and your team, you and your team make it so inviting. As soon as we work with you, we can tell there's this level of expertise. Your knowledge is there. You understand different types and how to bring that best forward through them. And so, I was able to kind of, get in and get comfortable real quick. And, the other thing that I loved is you mentioned I came to the studio, but how you have the Looks to Lead setup is so flexible. You can do it all virtual. You
Yeah.
can do a hybrid, which is what I did. You have a lot of information that's available. But what I love that you did is you put it into bite-sized nuggets so that I could do it when it fit me best. I didn't have to do these long chunks. So there was, that micro learning that we could do and that I can kind of go back to. And, I forgot how sometimes I have to do something. And so I can replay a bit of those videos or tutorials on that. So just, you've made it so easy. And like you mentioned before, it really was, the experience was at first I was really just expecting kind of that facial experience, but as you pointed out, it's so much more than that. It's the whole package. It's my whole image and how I bring that forward. And, the exercises you had us do, I think about, looking at when was the Pinterest board and making kind of
Your
um,
mood board.
my mood board. Yeah. So for my makeup, my hair, my shoes, my accessory, my clothes, and then, really thinking about how do I compare that, what my mood board was, to the brand I'm currently personifying or was personifying, that just kind of happened. It wasn't really planful, to the new one that I really wanted, that I had put in my mood board and was real purposeful. So that was a huge change for me. And so when I think about the impact, my closet and products are much more streamlined and aligned to my personal brand now. So think
Mm.
about the ease of getting ready every day. I know what I want to wear. I know what looks good on me, both facially, clothes wise. And it feels so good. I've taken control of that, my personal brand and my professional persona, per se. Whereas, I just let it kind of happen in the past. I shop differently because of it. I think I mentioned that. But one of the biggest things that I took away from it was the confidence.
Mm.
So, we know a lot of women, especially in the, kind of that corporate world. And as you're rising through the corporate ladder, you face that imposter syndrome. Like, I'm
Mm.
really not as good as people tell me I am, or I'm not really as successful as people think. And so, doing something like this really helps change kind of that scenario we tell ourselves, and really helps bring that confidence forward, whether it's in the boardroom, whether it's on stage, whether it's Zoom, or just going out with your friends. I mean, it really just helps you feel like, I'm stepping out of the house, I feel good, I look good. And so it's had a huge impact on me. And so I'm very grateful to you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And my goodness, I mean, I can't even describe it like you do, but it gives me so much joy to, just create something for you, personalized, that I see so many women struggle with,
Mm,
or maybe they're not even aware that, and again, I equate it to working in the film business, that you are the protagonist of your own brand. And I have each one of these, these actors or celebrities and whatnot, that, like, you are that celebrity. I have a script that I have to read and create that particular character. Well, you get to create your own script. We get to, bring out that special, style that's in you, and that, that personality. I guess that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people get lost with, okay, I work for a particular company and this is kind of how I need to be, versus there's just so much freedom, I feel, especially now, around, uh, having, more flexibility. And so there's really having fun with that. And I feel like when you spend a little bit of effort, you feel so much better.
mm,
It does take a little effort, I mean, we do have to say that. Like, look at all the work we put into our companies as
yeah.
entrepreneurs. I mean, a little tiny bit of that, you're the first person that someone's looking at and judging you to see, like, hey, does she look like somebody that I want to do business with? And that's perceived within the first 10 seconds. So, heck yeah, I want to do business with Laura. Oh, Laura, that is amazing. Okay, so I want to share with everyone our Looks to Lead program, just a couple of things that, you have. And I love this program here, because you can actually do a little sign up. It's So the program is, you can do it at your own leisure, and you actually get 3 live sessions with me, whether they're going to be in Zoom. We did a few with you, Laura, on, virtually live. And we did, your style edit. We talked about, your clothing. We went through and did some of the, the inventory of your products. So, some of those things. And then she just happened to vacation in Florida. So we got to do that one-on-one too. But believe it or not, I have clients all over the place. And I have, a keynote speaker in New York City that we have gone step by step, and it was fully virtual. Los Angeles, if you're somebody that you find, okay, I'm really tired of, watching Instagram and YouTube videos and trying to figure this out, or having some, situations at the local department stores. And it's just such a complete different level of expertise that you're going to get. But what we do at the Looks to Lead is, and I'm going to share this as well, is, here we go. I wanted to share this. Let's see here. Yep, Looks to Lead. Okay. And so this is our this month that we did feature, because it's the month of the of women, International Women, celebrating women. So we used Laura for that. All kinds of different clients that I get to work with. I mean, all ages, all ethnicities, skin types, realtor, from influencer to CEO, nonprofit. I mean, I've pretty much worked with a lot of people, besides a lot of celebrities. People are always asking me about that. And so men and women too. But really, I think that it's about making yourself just, look your best and the most comfortable. And I think that that's just, I would say it's kind of my, that's my special gift that I get to give to people. So a powerful, leadership look, and looking as brilliant as what you already do. So aligning those two things together. And in the program, we have 6 different sessions. So we're going to discover your style archetype, and that's really fun. I love that. And I think that a lot of you discover something different. I actually did it on my husband, and he was kind of surprised too, because he's so used to the Myers-Briggs and all of that. And probably you too, right, Laura?
Yep. This one was new for me, and I'm certified in at least a dozen, if not more, assessments. So yeah, it was great.
Wow. Then we're going to establish your leadership look. So we're going to design that together. What does that look like for you? Creating a skincare ritual, some of the things, how to take care of your skin, stay as youthful as you can, creating your 21-day capsule wardrobe. So we go through that, and clothing styles for your body type. And then mastering your makeup look, your hair, we talk about that, your hairstyle, really kind of designing everything together, brows, skin, makeup, all of that. And then your live one-on-one sessions that you have. So we have the 3 different sessions that we offer. And here it says 2 live 30-minute sessions. That is kind of like the before, that we do all the just reviewing the products that you have, because I don't want you to go out and get a whole bunch of stuff if you already have a lot of things that you can work with. But maybe you haven't used your things, especially with COVID. My gosh, a lot of people haven't picked up, their products in the past 3 years or so. So obviously, having some new, refreshing, and clean products is very important too. So we kind of go through all that, and then we create a makeup chart just for you, so you know how to duplicate your look. And what we're doing, so it is $595 for the investment. And you might think, well, that's, I mean, it is an investment, absolutely. What we're doing is you're going to actually get $100 bonus for that. And you're going to get that to redeem in product. And so the value is $6.95. You're saving $100. And then, like Laura did, she came over and her bonus was actually her headshots. So as I gifted that to her, but what we're doing is we're gifting you more than half of that price. So it's actually going to be $6.95 if you're here locally in Central Florida area, or if you want to fly down, you can do that too. And that's only $100 more. So it would be $6.95. So you can go on to you can actually go to the link. I love these little QR codes. You can grab your phone, you can look at that. And, I work with about 10 clients max. That's kind of like, that's a good amount. I like to give you as much of me as possible. And, it's just a fun process, and you can take your time. It doesn't have to be done in a certain amount of time. Laura, anything you'd like to share about that?
Yeah, I just, you mentioned the investment. I found that to be more than worth it. And quite small investments in yourself. And so I'm just kind of saying, hey, you really invest in yourself and do that. I thought about it. So when I think about, when I first came in, I was thinking, oh, this is really for kind of those executives or those high profile women. And, I'm just kind of starting in my career, not my career, but my transitioning into my new business. And so is this really right for me? And I had a whole different view once I got into it as to really who this is for and how they could benefit. And I think about, it's really for, the everyday woman, senior leaders looking to enhance their, executive presence, or women in personal or career transition. So not just career, but if you are in that transition and you just really feel like you need to change how you're coming forward, great opportunity for you. And so I just agree with, the investment is fabulous. The approach is really simple and easy for anyone. And many of us, most of us, are in a busy lifestyle. And so you've just made it very convenient for us to make this transformation happen. So thank you. Yeah, it's great.
Well, thank you, because I've done it for so long, and I wanted to have something where I could really maximize as much, goodness in a package, and that we're busy. So it's you might, if you're like me, I'm a constant learner. I'm always taking courses to help me with business or to, whatever. Even my workout, I have is online, because I don't, I might work out at different times. So, it's kind of like that. And I love the fact, like you said, it can be for, if you're maybe a young professional and you're still kind of, maybe still got the little college or clubbing kind of look going on, up level it, because you might not get that job because of that presence, or you might get that job because of that presence. Everybody now is interviewing online or sending in videos, even actors. I have an actress that I worked with the other day. That's all about, all of their auditions are on camera. So that's how we're getting our business now more and more. So I love it. Laura, thank you so much. And how can people reach you, Laura?
Yeah, so they can LinkedIn. So if they look me up, it's Laura Nigber, or they can search for Advanced Talent Consulting on LinkedIn. I don't have my website yet, but through LinkedIn is your best bet at this point, and I'd be happy to chat. Thanks.
I love it. Thank you so much. Thank everyone for watching, and feel free to give us a call if you have more questions about it. And definitely check out Laura and her business in case you are in the need for that, you probably don't even know that you need her. Lord knows I do. Thank you so much for your time. I know we've got a little over, but there's just a lot of goodness. And I hope that a lot of people really, start to think about, wow, what are some of the opportunities that are going to open up for me? Yeah. So I know Laura's married, so that checks off that box right there. But if you're single, there's another advantage.
There is. I hadn't thought of that one.
Oh, thank you so much, Laura. You
Thank
are a
you.
dear. I just so appreciate you and am so excited that I have a dear client and a friend, and look forward to meeting all of you too. So see you soon. Bye.